Welcome back to the MycoMeditations YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be answering 5 of the most frequently asked questions that we receive regarding psilocybin. Over the past 7 years, we've had almost 1,000 people come through our program. And in that time, we've received hundreds of questions about psilocybin mushrooms and the psilocybin experience. While this medicine may always be a mystery, we want to continue to share what we've learned over the years with you. So that's why we're going to be starting a new series on this channel called Psilocybin Q&A, where we are going to answer some of the most common and uncommon questions about psilocybin. Stick around to the end to find out how you can be a part of the conversation. First question, what are the effects of psilocybin? Well, the effects of psilocybin are as varied as the people that take it. But let's start with the onset. Within the first 30 to 45 minutes, you may start to feel chills or sweating. You may feel a lightness or a giddiness. You may find yourself yawning or perhaps even a little bit of nausea. At the same time, you may also feel an extreme sense of calm. The important thing is to just allow those experiences, those feelings to unfold. As the experience intensifies, so do the effects. Again, this can be extremely varied, and the important thing to do is to just go with it as much as you can, but be aware that you may experience some profound perceptual changes. Maybe things that were normally static have started to move and sway. Maybe colors seem brighter or just somehow a little different. You may find yourself experiencing an altered sense of space or time. Things may seem very close or very far. Time may seem to move very slowly or very quickly. You may find yourself experiencing intensified emotions. Maybe emotions that you've felt on a very small scale will become very pronounced and intense. Maybe memories from childhood that you've completely forgotten will surface. It's very important to embrace and engage this experience so that you can move through it. And when you do, you're much more likely to encounter the profound bliss, that mystical experience that can bring about so much positive change in ourselves. On the come down, you may find yourself exhausted. You may find yourself invigorated. You may find yourself a little bit confused. As with all stages of the experience, it is extremely important to relax into it as much as you can and understand that it's very, very good for you. And that while you may not be able to understand the experience, the more you can allow it to be, then the more benefit you will receive. And the next question is in regards to psilocybin's physical safety. Are psilocybin mushrooms toxic or addictive? I'm happy to say that the answer to both is no. Well, most drugs we consider these factors, but with psilocybin, however, we fortunately do not have to. Psilocybin is not only completely non-toxic, it is neurogenerative. And whether or not it's addictive, I'm very happy to say that psilocybin is not only not habit-forming, but it can take a great deal of effort to bring yourself to the gates of that experience to actually consume the medicine and fully walk through. So trust that this is both safe and completely non-addictive. Third question, how long does a psilocybin experience last? Again, there's a lot of variability here depending on dose and metabolism, personality type, and how much you give yourself to the experience, but on average, we're looking at a 4 to 6 hour experience. We strongly recommend that you give yourself an entire day, a full 24 hours, to really engage with the experience, process the experience, and allow it to unfold and give it the respect that it deserves. Question number 4. Does one develop a tolerance to psilocybin? This is a very interesting question, and it really goes beyond the scope of this short video, but the basic answer is yes. If you were to consume psilocybin multiple days in a row, you will notice a drastic lessening of the effect. However, if you allow yourself 24 to 48 hours, for most people this seems to allow for a chemical reset. An interesting nuance, however, of this topic is that as you grow more accustomed to psilocybin, you learn how to move into the experience easier, and it can actually take much less of the mushrooms to get you just as far. Finally, question 5, should you dose alone or should you always have a facilitator? At MycoMeditations, we highly recommend that you always have someone supportive with you while you are consuming psilocybin. This person should be knowledgeable about psilocybin. They should be someone that you trust. The reasons are for your physical safety and your emotional support. This is because the experience, again, can be so unpredictable, so variable. You may find yourself in a very challenging space. You may find yourself in desperate need of water, yet cannot find your way to the water. You may take a small dose and expect that it's going to be an easy experience. This is not always the case. And you may find out just how valuable that hand to hold or that person to talk to can be. You might also find yourself trying to wander into environments that are not conducive to a positive psilocybin or experience. Or you may find someone who is not aware that you've consumed psilocybin trying to enter your space. Again, this is why it's very important to have a buffer and a support. Thanks for joining us on this video. We really hope that it's been useful. Again, this is a new series that we're starting, and as I said, we want you to be a part of it. You can do that by leaving your questions and comments in the thread below. We'll do our best to get to as many as we can. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.